Hey everyone, sorry I haven't made a video in so long. There's a reason for that. We're going to talk about it today. I wanted to make this video separate from all the other Accutane videos because I feel like it deserves its own video because it is so important. Just go ahead and read the description first. As a trigger warning, I don't want anyone to get triggered by this video, so please read that. And then if you decide this video is for you, go ahead and watch. Around the end of month 2 going into 3, I noticed something starting to change in my mindset. I wasn't as happy and optimistic as I was whenever I started the medication. I kind of questioned everything, was like, is this medication for me? Am I just wasting my time? What am I doing? So it really got to the point where I was just really negative about everything. And then that negativity kind of turned into me just like secluding myself and not really wanting to get out of bed and not wanting to do things anymore. But if you know me, you know that I'm always trying to do things and I'm always involved in different activities. So I had to go out and fake a smile and then get home and just kind of sit in my room and cut off the rest of the world and just not really be involved with a whole lot. And that happened for a while, and then one day I got sick. And before this happened, I noticed that I wasn't as happy and optimistic, like I said before, but I noticed that I also wasn't sad. And I'll get into depth what I mean by that here in a minute, but I didn't really feel a whole lot of things. I didn't really feel any feelings, to be honest. I just kind of just felt there. And so I go to the doctor and they ask me the usual questions, how do you feel, symptoms, all that stuff. But for some reason this day, my doctor looked at me and she was like, are you feeling down, depressed, or hopeless? And I just started crying, and I told her exactly how I felt, and I didn't know why I felt like this, and maybe it was the medication or maybe it was just me. And we talked about it. We talked about possible options, and the one thing I didn't want to do because I'm really stubborn was get off the medication. Now, I want to pause right there and say that if you are on Accutane or if you are thinking about taking Accutane, know that this is a side effect, and the minute you feel something like this, you should immediately get off of it. Do not do what I did. Don't be as ignorant and stay on it. You need to get off of it immediately because it can really, really harm you. But like I said, I didn't listen to my own advice, and I continued to take it, and I continued to go home and pretend like I was fine. I didn't tell my parents, I didn't tell my friends, I just went home and just pretended that never happened. I was like, I talked about it once, I talked about it with someone, from here on out it's going to get better, and it didn't. And that feeling that I was talking about before, about me not really feeling anything, I noticed that I couldn't really feel anything. For some reason, things would happen and events would take place, and I wasn't happy, I wasn't sad. I just kind of felt like I was existing, like I was just living day to day, not really doing anything, not really having emotion, and that wasn't okay with me. And I kept trying to do things so I would feel happy, and I was constantly going out and to like parties and concerts and hanging out with friends, and I was like, I should be having fun right now, why am I not having fun? Or something bad would happen, like in a negative situation, and I was like, I should be sad right now, why am I numb? And I didn't understand that, and I didn't want to reach out to anybody because I was so scared that they weren't going to believe me. When I was a senior in high school, I kind of felt the same way. Like I didn't really feel anything, and I felt really depressed, and I didn't know how to like handle it. So I told a couple friends of mine, and one of my friends went and told someone else, and then that other person went and told a lot of other people, and they had like really nasty things to say and nasty comments, and they like, oh, she's faking it, or I don't believe her, she's just doing it for attention. So from then on out, I didn't want to tell anybody about anything that I was feeling because I felt like they were just going to make fun of me or they weren't going to believe me. So this time around, I really didn't want to tell anybody because I still had that same mindset. People grow and people learn, and I didn't really understand how great of a support system I had around me. I just kind of assumed everyone remained the same. So eventually it got to the point where it was like unbearable, like I couldn't take it anymore. And I just want to clear up right here that I never wanted to take my life. I never wanted to leave this earth. I knew deep down that I lived a very, very good life, and I have very good people around me, and I'm so grateful for the people in the life that I live. But like I said, I'm not too sure why I felt this way. My life was, I felt like I was finally fulfilling everything that I ever wanted to be. I didn't know why I couldn't be happy about that. And so I never wanted to take that away. I never wanted to leave that. But it was the feeling of just kind of just being there that was getting unbearable. Like, it was the feeling of not feeling anything that was getting to be too much for me. So I texted a couple of friends, I swallowed my pride and was like, I hope, I don't regret this. And I didn't. They were so supportive of me, and they kind of helped me through it all. And they were kind of like, we suspected something and we should have asked you, but we didn't. And so they both encouraged me to tell my family, and for some reason that was the hardest thing for me to do. I did not want to tell my family. And I have very loving parents, and I had 2 very loving sisters. I'm not too sure why I didn't reach out sooner, but you don't know what to say. Like, it's really hard to look your family in the eye and tell them that you're depressed. So I went and told my mom first, and she was really supportive about it. I could tell she was heartbroken that I didn't tell her sooner, or that I wasn't vocal about it. But she asked me, do you want counseling? Do you want a therapist? Do you need to see somebody? Do you want to get off the medication? Like, she had a plan. Like, she knew exactly what to say and what to do. So from there, I just kind of took it one day at a time, and I stayed on the medication. I didn't get off of it, which I probably should have. Like I said, don't do what I did. I just didn't want to see my results go away, and it was a really selfish thing for me to do. Not good for your mental health at all, so please don't do that. But I wanted to overcome this while on the medication, and I took every day, day by day after that, and just kind of one day at a time. That's all you can really do. And one day I remember I was doing something and I got really excited, and it was like genuine excitement, and it wasn't fake excitement, it was genuine happiness, and I was so ecstatic. I texted the friends that I was telling before, and they were so happy. One of my friends was like, I'm so glad you're feeling something. And then I would get happy that I was feeling frustrated about things, or I was feeling sad about things, because I was feeling something again. And it was great to know that those emotions were still there, and that I felt like I was getting better. And I did. By the end of December, I was back to what I consider to be my normal. And now I'm here. Now I'm able to talk about it without crying or without being upset, and I'm able to discuss it. And that's the reason why I didn't make the videos, is because I didn't know how to talk about it. I didn't know what to say on camera. 2, I didn't have any motivation to do anything. I didn't have motivation to make the videos. And then 3, I felt like it wasn't a good time to make the videos, because I didn't want to get on screen and be like, oh yeah, everything's fine, and then everything really not be fine. So I took the time away from the videos just to really collect myself and really get my mind right. And I'm here now, and I feel good. I feel better. I don't want sympathy from this video. That's the one thing I didn't want people to think, or like, oh, she just wants, people to feel bad for her, because I don't want that. This is not about me. This is something bigger than me, bigger than Accutane. It's, your mental health. That's so important. You need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of that. And if you're feeling this way, just my number one thing from this video is I want you to reach out. I want you to do the complete opposite of everything that I did. Like, I want you to do the opposite. I want you to reach out to other people. I want you to talk about it. I want you to get off of whatever's making you feel like this. Don't put your life at danger because you feel like you can handle it. Don't put your life at danger because you feel like you're weak if you don't. I feel like we don't talk about mental health as much as we should. I see every day that kids younger and younger are taking their lives, and it's heartbreaking because they don't know that it gets better. They don't know that after you overcome it, how accomplished you feel and how great you feel. And I just feel like, with the internet being such a big thing now, and, unfortunately there's people out there who post really bad things. I think you know what I'm talking about, that you have to talk to the younger ones about it now and say, hey, if you're feeling this way, please tell mommy and daddy, or tell your friends, or tell your teacher. And if you're my age or you're a teenager, tell your friends, or older, tell your friends, still tell your family, tell your parents. If you sense that one of your friends is going through this, reach out to them and ask them, because sometimes it's easier when other people ask you than reaching out. But the one thing I want you to do about this is talk. I wanted to bring awareness to this, and I just want you to talk about it. And if you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to or reach out to, please know that you can reach out to me at any point in time. I've had people reach out to me about the medication since the video started, and I think that's great. I think that's fantastic. You know, people that I don't even know that are like, hey, I think I have this now, thank you for making this video, or I'm doing something about it now. I think that's incredible, but like I said, it's something bigger than me, something bigger than all of us. It's, you know, your mental health. So really, if you want to talk about it or just discuss it, please reach out to me. If you want to know how I overcame it, just talk to me. I am more than willing to listen or discuss. I just want to clear up that everything's fine now, that I'm better. I took the time to really nurture myself and nurture my mind. So I'm here now and I'm talking about it, and I'm ready to make this next Accutane video in 2 weeks for y'all, get back on the track. And I think to make up for not making videos for so long, I'll probably make videos post Accutane to show how it's stuck or what I'm doing now. But thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you to everyone who was there for me, and just know that I'm always there for you. Good vibes and God bless.